What's up everybody, welcome to Money Management channel. My name is Andrei and today I'm gonna be doing an update on TRKA stock.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed, born a rock star in this life, gonna live it up.
And in today's video, first of all, I will show you where we are on a price chart and how we get there. Then we'll continue with the fundamental news and I will show you what was the reason of this massive spike in its price. And at the end of this video, I will share my thoughts and my technical analysis, and I will show you what should we expect next. So let's start with the price chart. I made my previous video right here at this point, and I've told you that this asset doesn't show its good price action, and my main assumption was that without good news we cannot rely on this asset even as a medium-term holding, because this asset had a massive and unexpected dilution, and that is why it has a very harsh sell-off from the beginning of March, and we didn't have any signs of recovery. And my main assumption was that if this asset will have a bounce, it will reach probably 0.236 Fibonacci retracement level, and it is the level if I pull the Fibonacci retracement tool from its swing high on March the 8th till its swing low at March 23rd, and this was the first range of resistance, and it break it with the flying colors at the price point of 24.69 cents, and the second price target might be 0.382 at the price point of $0.2957. And as you can see, we broke this first range of resistance, but had a very good reaction from the second one. And I have to say that from the technical standpoint, we cannot rely on this movement to the upside as the bounce from this top, because first of all, we have very long time period in between these 2 points, and the second one, this movement to the upside has the highest volume that this asset basically ever had in its previous price action. This means we cannot rely on this movement to the upside as a bounce. But everything, every detail I will show you in my technical analysis in just several minutes. And for now, let's continue with the fundamental news. So, first of all, let me show you that this asset became again quite popular among the stock tweets community. It is on the second place on the watchers section, and it is on the second place as well on the most active section. On top of that, it gained some momentum on the Wall Street bets community. As you can see, it gained 10 rows, and right now it is on the 7th place with an increase of 200% in mentions, and they have 87 mentions on Wall Street bets community right now. And definitely this was another potential catalyst that drove the price of this asset higher. But you might wonder, what was the initial reason? And let me show you this. If you type in Google search bar TRKA stock and switch to news tab folder, you will not find any news, basically any news at all that might be the catalyst for this asset. But the main reason why we have this harsh movement to the upside that brought from its swing low to the highest point about 68% of potential profit is Roger James Hamilton Twitter account. And you might wonder, what are the details? And let me show you this. 12 hours ago, Roger James Hamilton posted this. Also, Genius Group has sent to Troika Media a non-binding offer to acquire TRKA together with a proposal on capital restructure. As agreed with Jeffries, terms are confidential. Offer approved by GNS board. Proceeding subject to TRKA go ahead or not. And he added, I believe there are great synergies between TRKA expertise in reaching and engaging millions effectively and GNS education model to build LTV. And he also added this. An offer isn't any guarantee acquisition will occur as acceptance. Due diligence, approvals, etc. are all required. Also, TRKA is one of the multiple companies GNS is in discussion with. However, in 2023, we are committed to a merger and acquisition strategy to get to critical mass to fight naked shorts. So, this means with this pretty much disclaimer, Roger James Hamilton said that there are zero guarantees that this action will happen, but definitely right now they are in some kind of agreement that became a non-binding offer. This means this action might happen in upcoming future, and this might benefit both of the companies. So let me show you that we don't have any news in the news section on Genius Group website. The latest one was published on March 29th, and it doesn't relate it to this potential acquisition. And let me show you that TRKA stock still has quite high number of shares available for shorting. Let me show you that about 12 or 10 hours ago it has a reduction in this number of shares. This means some shorts definitely were covered during this movement to the upside, and it is quite obvious. But in general, let me show you more. The short borrow fee rate is still quite high, and the short volume ratio is still quite high, but we have to keep in mind that this data was made basically probably before the massive movement to the upside. And that's why we have to be cautious. And let's continue with the technical analysis. But before we dive deep right here, please subscribe to my channel, hit notification bell and hit the like button. This helps me a lot. So guys, on my previous video at this very point, I've told you that if you stuck with this asset and if you are in red, we have to wait for this bounce to the first range of resistance or probably to the second one. I don't think that this asset might hit next range of resistance at 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level at 33.52 cents, but it is still possible. And if you want to leave this asset, just try to sell your position somewhere here, because it will reduce your losses and probably it might bring you some profits. And why I think that this movement to the upside will not hold for a long time. For now, we don't have any news, as I already mentioned in the news section of Google, that will describe this situation. The only news is the Roger James Hamilton Twitter account. But I have to say that right now we don't have any details of this acquisition, this even potential acquisition. That is why when the market will calm down, we definitely see the cool down of the TRKA stock. And on top of that, let me show you that if we try to find the movement of GNS stock, you can see that it was a spike at the very beginning of yesterday's session, but this candle is quite bearish and it has extremely high volume, and this candle is a shooting star with the confirmation of volume. This means GNS is still experiencing a lot of bearish pressure, and that is why I don't think that TRKA movement will hold for a long time. Definitely we might see this movement to the upside that will break its previous swing high, but the probability of this outcome is not so high. That is why if you are in green and you have a position with this asset, you can unload at least a part of your portfolio with TRKA, with the anticipation that this asset will hit higher targets, at least 33.52 cents. But you should put your stop loss slightly below the current range, because most likely, and we will see this in just several hours, basically when this video will be already published, most likely we will see the retracement that probably might hit some ranges at 23.37 cents, because it has quite decent range of support and resistance at this very point. So I think from the technical standpoint that's it for now. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel with notification bell, and see you guys and girls next time. Bye!
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm back.